So yeah, it's been a while since I've done a video. I made some, but for some reason they are not going on YouTube. So I'm making this one hopefully to hopefully it goes up. So anyway, recently let's see what's been happening. Baseball camps have started up. We did one for just kind of like beginners through advanced. That was pretty cool. After that, we had one for the U18 national team of Hungary. That went pretty well as well. It just was basically go out in the field, show them the basics, practice, play a few games. Just trying to show them and expose them to the game of baseball. So I had some footage of just kind of hanging out. We stayed in a training house while the camps were going on. There wasn't any internet up there. It was in the hills and really pretty house, just like kind of like a castle almost. And no internet, just hanging out, playing some ping pong, just games like that and stuff. And it was real fun to get away, but really exhausting at the same time. Seeing these kids every day, every hour for a whole week at a time, very exhausting. But it was a good experience and it was real good. One thing that was really good out of the camp is every day we'd go to lunch and we'd go to this little like Hungarian eatery place thing, and it was like 700 forints, which in American dollars is only like $2-3, and so uh, it's $2-3. You get some soup, you get like a main course, like some chicken or some rice or something, and man, oh, so good, so good. So now I've got a place where I can get some hot food for like cheap, which is good. I've been looking for something like that, and this is my new spot. Let's see. Also, one day we went to we went to that Hungarian restaurant, and then we had a little bit of time afterward before we went back to the field. So I took some of the kids down to get some groceries or something, and we stopped by McDonald's to get some ice cream. Sitting out front, and they're like, "What are you doing here?" And I'm like, "Let me tell you." And so I told them my testimony right there, and they listened. And I think they understood. I mean, one kid spoke English, and he was able to like translate a little bit, but I think they understood, and I was able to tell them why I was here and how Jesus had called me to be out here in Hungary, and it was real good. And found out one of the kids is like a Christian, kinda. I think so. I really do, and it's good. I kind of see where these kids are at right now, and I remember being 16 and not really understanding life, and so it'll be good going forward. Be able to talk to these kids and kind of know where they're at, making friendships with them, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's the reason I'm here, right? And a few days ago, after the camps ended, decided to head back out to school, go to Vita for a few days, and got to spend some time with some really close friends of mine. Kind of take a breather from just the everyday grind of baseball, and just take some time and just hang out and sleep and watch football and talk and play games and everything else. So that was real good. Got there. I had a little bit of problem with the train. It was funny. I looked online and it said in order to get to Vita, you need to go down to Kellenfold and then take a train and you'll get there eventually. So I took a bus out to Kellenfold, get there, get on a train. There's a whole bunch of nonsense. The lady's like, maybe this train, maybe that train. I don't know. Ended up waiting for the train for two hours or so. Get on the train for an hour, and then I'm looking out the window, and I'm like, I think I know that this place looks really familiar. Turns out it's Aird, and I'm like, okay, wait a second. So I could have just caught this train in Aird, and I didn't have to go all the way to Kellenfold. So I wasted basically 4 hours of my life. I made a hour and a half trip into a 5 hour trip, and I mean, it comes with learning. I'll get there someday. I mean, it would help to learn Hungarian probably, so I could understand half of what's going on. But I don't know. So that's I got to Vita. It was good. On the way home, I had some more issues, but you know what? I made it, and that's what counts, right? So now, you haven't seen this place before. I get back into the area, and this friend of mine, she's going to the U.S. for 5 or 6 weeks or something. She's like, hey, we watched my house. So hey, guess what? Your boy's got a house. I'm here in an apartment. It's really nice, and I got a car to use now, and so it's been a real blessing just to be um, almost in like a home. You know what I mean? I'd be able to cook for myself and just ah, this is what I needed. You know what I mean? I was living in that little OM house, and that was cool. Don't get me wrong; it was a blessing too, and there was a kitchen and all that stuff. But this is a real home. You know what I mean? And I get to be here for 5 weeks, and it is what I needed. So, yeah, I'll be here. I'll be here until the end of the summer, and then I'll be going back to Vita. Um, oh, and a few weeks ago, I played baseball for the first time. I don't know if I told you guys, but I hurt my ankle pretty bad playing baseball. I rolled it, and I wasn't able to play for 2 or 3 weeks, 4 weeks, so I don't even know. And so the first time I was able to play was about a week ago, and we went out to Sikisfjärvar. I I cannot say that word. I went out there, and there was a church team, and they were pretty good. They were putting on a camp and just exposing kids to baseball, and they had an actual team, but they don't join the league because they don't want to play on Sundays. So we played them in a friendly game, and we did really well. We killed them, but they had some holes in their team. They had a really good pitcher and a catcher, but that was about it. And so we killed them, but it was a real good experience. They were all mostly Christians, and so it was good to just to have fun. You know what I mean? My first game back, it was good to just kind of have fun with the game of baseball, and so um, it was a good experience. So I think I have some video. I might put them in after this video. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, that's really what I've been up to. It seems really scatterbrained because I'm just really scatterbrained. I stayed up late last night to watch the World Cup third place game, and yeah, no, I'm sad for Brazil, but at the same time I'm happy for the Netherlands. So tonight is the World Cup final game. I'm expecting Germany to win, and I kind of want Germany to win, but I'm rooting for Argentina. It doesn't make sense, but it does at the same time. So um, I hope Messi has a great game, and I hope Germany scores. I hope both teams score a lot, but in the end, I want to see Argentina win because I expect to see Germany win. I don't know. So yeah. Well, I would continue to make this video, but I am really hungry, so I'm about to go get some pizza. That's another nice thing about living in this place is like there's a pizza place right across the street, and it's only like 754 for like a pizza, and that is beautiful. It's got ham and like bacon and like eggs. And so when I got this pizza at first, I was thinking, okay, like a breakfast pizza or whatever. But no, like they didn't like in America when we put eggs on our pizza, they hard boil them, and then they slice them, and they put like little slices of eggs on it. But here in Hungary, they don't have time for that. They just crack an egg right on the top, and then they bake it, and then the egg just kind of oozes around, and so it was different, but I really liked it. And it's only like $3 or $4, so I'm about to get one every week, maybe every day, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm in a little bit of a better mood. I think going to Vita was a good thing for me. It rejuvenated me a little bit. You know what I mean? Um, yeah. See, at the beginning of the summer, I thought ministry was easy. You know what I mean? I thought, man, you just go out, you serve Jesus, you love people. What? How hard is that, right? I get here and I'm seeing the daily grind. The guy who runs this place, his name is Terry, and he's been doing this for like 22 years or something. And shoot, I'm having a hard time with like a summer. And I have a new respect for people who work in the ministry. It is really difficult. And you can't just survive out here. Like you really need the help of God to get through, and just put your head down and work, and just, it's not just all fun and games. Like it is really taxing, and like it is sometimes stressful, and sometimes you get in disagreements with people, and sometimes, ugh. But it was good. I got away. I I went to Vita. I kind of calmed down, and I was able to get some sleep, and just it was a good time. So maybe that's like maybe that's a good thing in ministry, is just having the ability to just get out and take a break. I don't know. I don't know what my opinion is yet, but it was good for me. And so I feel rejuvenated, and I'm ready to finish the summer strong. I got about till August 20th ish. So yeah, can't wait. I'm gonna finish strong. So that's really the only thing I got for you now, and hopefully this video uploads. But yeah, be praying for me, please. Thanks. Amen. Bye. Amen. There is one thing I wanted to leave you guys with this week. Is I was reading in the Bible, and this just hit me. I don't know why. It's Romans chapter 12, verse 1 and 2. I appeal to you, therefore, brothers, by the mercies of God, to present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God, which is your spiritual worship. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. Let's look at this a little bit closer. It says first, I appeal to you, present your bodies as a living sacrifice. What does that mean? It means that we are no longer living for ourselves. We're no longer living for our flesh. We are living as a living sacrifice to God. We are sacrificing all the things that we would typically go after. I think of the American dream. I'm going to get a degree. I'm going to get an awesome job. I'm going to get a house. I'm going to get a car. These are still good things. I'm not bashing those things. I'm just saying these are not the things that we are thinking about. These are not the things that we are pursuing. And then after that it says, holy and acceptable God, which is your spiritual worship. So by living for Jesus, by making ourselves a sacrifice, this is our spiritual worship for God. And then it says the exact inverse of this verse. It says, do not be conformed to the world. Do not be conformed to the world. What does that mean? It means the way that the world thinks, the way that the world wants you to be, the way that the world acts, the things that they do, that's not you. You're called to be set apart. You're called to be different. You're called to be living by the truth and to be the light and salt of the world. Do not be conformed to the world. Don't look like it. Don't even want to look like it. But be transformed by the renewal of your mind. Be when you change, when your mind changes and you're not thinking about yourself, and you're thinking about how you can serve Jesus and how you can live by the Word of God, that is what this is talking about. Don't be conformed to the world. Have a new mind. And then it says, which is interesting, that by testing you may discern the will of God. A lot of people seem to be hung up on this. What is the will of what is the will of God for my life? What does He want? What does He want from me? Like, should I buy that house? Should I buy this car? Should I go to that country? Should I go to this school? Should I marry that person? Should I do this? Should I do that? What should I do? Well, let's look at the order of this verse. It says, present yourself as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable. Don't be conformed to the world. Be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern the will of God. So it's almost as if you will be able to discern the will of God if you do these things. So You will know the will of God if you are living for God. If you make that your number one priority, to live as Jesus would, to live for God and His will in your life, laying down yourself and becoming a living sacrifice, this is when you will be able to discern what the will of God is, what is good, what is acceptable, and what is perfect. It comes by a renewal of your mind, a changing of course, a separation from the world. So that's all I got. Read those two verses. It's Romans 12:1 and 2. And it's just look at the order of things and how it is worded, and it's I think this is monumental, these two verses for Christians. It's a very big, even though it's only two verses, I think it's monumental that we understand these two verses. And yeah, do that. And so I'm gonna go now. I'm still hungry. I'm gonna go get some pizza. Um, I'll try to put some other videos up, and I'll try to put the videos up from a couple weeks ago, but we'll see. All right, see ya. Bye. Thanks for your prayers.